Jesus 911.
If you want to comment
Reporting
on this.
for duty, sir.
Amen. Amen. You know, that what I just said, and my question was, why what would happen if they made a movie on Muhammad, you know, on Islam? And Larry Elder commented on that too. Larry Elder said the same thing. I love Larry Elder. You know, he's a conservative columnist.
We need to make him Catholic.
African American. Yeah,
I'd love to have 5 hours of a coffee with him and over it because he's a smart guy. It wouldn't take too much to bring him into the Catholic faith.
That's right. So going back to TFP, and so according
what
to
are some of the bullets, Ruben?
The bullets are Lucifer, Morningstar, the devil, is portrayed as charming, charismatic, and devilishly handsome. Lucifer is described as the son of God. He complains that God is a tyrant, you cruel, manipulative, and then, you know, expletive. Was this all part of your plan? It's all just a game to you, isn't it? Doesn't matter whether you're a sinner. Doesn't matter whether you're a saint. Nobody can win. So what's the point?
So that's the devil's complaining against God. These are things that are found in the actual series that Ruben's sharing right here. So what's the next bullet?
The next is, so one female character is described as being the ex-wife of Lucifer's dad. So who's the ex-wife of Lucifer's dad? The ex-wife of God, basically. And God doesn't have a wife, but...
Yeah, again, a complete heresy. This is all heresy that it's promoting, but the danger is that there's so many people that are not well formed in the basics of their Catholic faith, Ruben, so they're going to watch and say, I don't got to go to Master Catechism or RCIA. I'll just watch the Lucifer series and get my religion from there.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Let me read the next bullet.
Yeah.
It says, Horvath says, in the show, Lucifer refers to God like this. Hey, he's my father, not yours. I can say whatever I want about the guy. I quit hell because I was sick and tired of playing a part in Dad's plan. I believe in free will, not the tyranny of all his predestination. Hoo-ha. Again, Another heresy. The Catholic Church does not teach double predestination. The Catholic Church teaches predestination with a caveat. You always have free will. Even though God, in his foreknowledge, God knows exactly what's going to happen, and God desires our salvation, God's never going to arrest your free will. So again, just another heresy. That's an Islamic heresy, that double predestination, and a Calvin heresy where God completely, your will's in bondage, and you can't do anything unless God has you do it. That's Islam, and that's Calvinism. That's not Catholicism. What's the next bullet,
Next
Ruben?
one says, Lucifer continues, thank you, but I've been doing a fair amount of thinking. Do you think I'm the devil because I'm inherently evil, or simply because dear old dad decided I was? Is this a classic case of labeling? What do you think? So they're going to that, the what's in the news, this politically correct stuff that you hear it all the time about bullying and labeling, and they're putting today's jargon into the series because a lot of these X Generation X's and Y's and millennials, they think like this, oh wow, it's God's fault. It's not the devil's fault. He's being labeled. It's not his fault. So
yeah, from what you just read, that's exactly what struck me. These guys that wrote the script are trying to show God the Father as a bully and the devil as kind of like a millennial snowflake, he came to planet Earth to find his safe space.
Yeah.
Because God was triggering him. Yeah, you could see all this young, soupy, millennial, liberal stuff inserted into the script. Here's the next bullet. It's of the series Lucifer. The clips show gyrating, scantily clad dancers, sexual innuendos, and glorify a party lifestyle. Okay, so that's, again, you can see that in some of the videos and stuff. You don't want to definitely watch them too long. You get the point. But the fact of the matter is, it's promoting sexual libertinism, which is the opposite of Christianity. Christianity promotes what we call purity and chastity and continence. In other words, there's nothing wrong with sex. We as Catholics don't say, oh, sex is dirty. No. Sexual intimacy in the right context is a very beautiful thing. and bonds the couple together and potentially has the power to bring out family life.
That's right.
But the way they portray it here is very sinful, and it's outside of God's plan and design, which was the sacrament of marriage.
Amen. Amen to that. And these people that are involved in this type of behavior, that kind of stuff always it seems to pop its ugly head, Jesse. This sexual glorification of the marital act and just and I think you've talked about it on a show with Eddie, how people that are demonized, they want to get naked, they take their clothes off.
That's right.
Same thing here.
Fulton Sheen says the three characteristics of the diabolical: nudity, violence, and there's a third one. I'll remember it right now. But yeah, you can see it right in the Gospels. Some of these guys that are possessed, they want to get naked. They tear off their clothes, and they're violent.
Yeah.
So it doesn't surprise me.
All right. So the next bullet point is, so he's portrayed as a fun-loving young man, while God and his angels are seen as apathetic and arbitrary. And then there's a plethora of immorality that cannot be mentioned.
If you watch 5 minutes of YouTube of this, you'll see, okay, yeah, this was not made for a Christian audience.
Yeah. So they're asking you to sign the petition to tell Netflix to cancel the Lucifer series. It's a disfiguration of God's order and reverses the roles of good and evil. This is exactly the inversion of order that God condemned when he said, "Woe to you that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness," Isaiah 5:20. So we must remember that the devil is a deceiver and does not desire the good of anyone. That's why we must all do all that we can to protest this outrageous series. And so again, it tells you to go to www.returntoorder.org, sign the petition, and let's get that thing taken off.
It takes a few seconds to sign it.
Yeah,
a few seconds, literally. And it's as Catholics, if we're complaining about, man, I can't believe all this filth that's on television. If we're silent about all this, then we have nobody to blame.
Yeah.
Ruben, did you pull up the article? It was an article that was done about Father Murray.
Yeah.
Good article in Newsmax. It says, Catholic priest, Fox show Lucifer mocks Christianity. Let me share it's very short. Let me share 2 lines and I'll toss it over to you. It says, the new Fox TV show Lucifer is merely an attempt by Hollywood to exploit and mock Christianity. Reverend Gerald Murray of the Holy Family Catholic Church in New York tells Newsmax. By the way, if you want to know who he is, he's a friend of the show. We've had him here on a couple of times. He's a canon lawyer. He's out of New York. He's part of the Papal Posse, one of those truth tellers that comes out with Raymond Arroyo pretty much every week, and just basically calling a spade in the church. So yes. Father Murray says this. He says about the show Lucifer. He says, it's a further example of exploiting Christianity to make money and in the process influence viewers to think Christianity as somewhat ridiculous by making the devil look like an attractive figure. Okay? Father Murray continues saying, I watched that preview that Fox TV put out, and the devil is expressing a kind of sense of justice. He's outraged that someone is not going to be prosecuted for murder, the Catholic priest explained. That's a complete perversion of what we know the devil to be. The devil's the father of lies. He's a murderer. He doesn't rejoice in justice. He rejoices in destruction and mayhem. In fact, he's a deceiver. Father Murray says, this is an example where religion is being used by Hollywood. Although they hate Christianity, especially Catholic Christianity, Hollywood is using religion to make money and, in a real sense, mock the beliefs of Christians, and I would also add, confuse people as to who the devil is and who God is. And thanks be to God that the 1millionmoms.com, that's another organization that was formed by American Family Association. They're a good Protestant, very pro-family, pro-life association. They're the ones that started this petition against Lucifer, and I think they've got more